In the headlines, New Bar Association President Heather Felix Evans calls for reflection on the organization's critical role as the new law year begins. A fully rotational production facility for young entrepreneurs to come on stream later this year. And raising capital for cash-strapped Liat to remain a key issue for shareholder governments. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Hey, what you doing?
I doing our monthly budget, baby.
Oh, don't forget to pay my school fee on Friday.
So you're up to your neck in debt and just can't seem to catch a break. We get it.
Higher purchase and payday loans charge high interest rates. It's a good idea to consolidate these loans. It will result in lower interest rates and lower monthly installments.
In many cases, consolidations can reduce your installment by as much as 50%.
Here at National Bank, let us reduce your debts and consolidate your loans. Call us at 255-2337 or visit us at any of our branches.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, members of the local bar joined their counterparts across the region on Monday for the commencement of the 2020 law year. The opening is usually held in September, but Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Honorable Dame Janice Pereira, said while hurricanes cannot be prevented, adjustments had to be made to lessen their impact. Her Ladyship said the court decided to have the law year follow the calendar year because of the frequent threats from weather systems in September, the peak of the hurricane season.
The court has broken with tradition out of practicality. As you know from experience, the month of September happens to be the peak of the hurricane season, and the increasing frequency and intensity of hurricanes and other adverse weather systems affecting our region cannot be denied. In 2017, the ceremonial opening of the law year was cancelled as the state of Dominica was ravaged by Hurricane Maria, and made 2 weeks after Antigua's sister island of Barbuda and the territories of Angola and the Virgin Islands were devastated by Hurricane Irma. Last year, as I and the other justices of appeal were preparing to join the OACS Bar Association at the Regional Law Conference in St. Kitts and Nevis, ahead of the ceremonial opening of the law year there, Tropical Storm Isaac threatened to disrupt plans and cause a logistical nightmare for the conference organizers and the staff
The theme for the new law year is A New Era for the ECSE, the Road to Achieving Court Excellence. In more top stories, new president of the Bar Association, Heather Felix Evans, has reminded her colleagues of the important role the organization should play in a democratic society like ours. Speaking at the commencement of the 2020 law year on Monday, Mrs. Felix Evans outlined some of the duties and responsibilities of the Bar Association. This was her first address as president of the Dominica Bar Association since taking up the position in October 2019.
The proper way to publicly express disagreement with a decision of a judge is to appeal that decision to justices of appeal of a court of competent jurisdiction, not to the court of public opinion. My ladies, a Bar Association owes a measure of duty and obligation to the public at large. Among its responsibilities to the public, it must be concerned with questions of human rights, justice, access to justice, and the rule of law, and it must take action to promote and protect these hallmarks of a civilized and just society. It must promote and support law reform measures, and it must educate the public on their rights and responsibilities and on respect for the integrity and independence of the judiciary.
The executive of the Dominica Bar Association has identified priority matters for urgent action and attention.
These included the Legal Profession Act of Dominica, a fixed venue for holding of civil courts, support for the judiciary to deal with the numerous outstanding and current cases that are in the system, too many of them over 5 years, the physical, environmental, and human resource condition of the registry, public education, continuing legal education for its members, the Halls of Justice project, and law reform.
Mrs. Evans outlined some of the serious concerns raised following engagements with various stakeholders in the legal profession.
We discerned no clear and/or acceptable reason why to date the Legal Profession Act has not been enacted, and why, now more than 2 years after the passage of Hurricane Maria, there is no fixed venue for the civil courts. My ladies, it is obvious to all that the absence of a civil courtroom has dealt a significant blow to the delivery of justice in the Commonwealth of Dominica, in that justice has been and is being delayed. The old adage, justice delayed is justice denied, is most appropriate in these circumstances. Parties and witnesses are getting older, some have died and are dying, some have migrated, or for some other reason are no longer available, and memories are fading or have been completely lost. True justice may not be obtained in these circumstances. The fact that the single High Court judge, the High Court civil judge, has no place to hold court on a daily basis has frozen the tremendous backlog of cases which existed before Hurricane Maria, and renders the system totally overwhelmed and incapable to deal with the fast and furious pace at which cases are being filed.
In more developments, a fully rotational production facility to boost the products of young entrepreneurs to come on stream later this year. Julian Morris tells us more.
This is among the areas of continued focus for the Dominica Youth Business Trust DYBT. In 2019, the DYBT opened a tool library, which was funded to the tune of $35,000 by a Canadian-based organization through the Propel project. The tool library occupies one half of a 40-foot container. The other section is to house a rotational production facility which is still under development. Coordinator of the DYBT, Kerry-Ann Remy Timothy, says this facility will further help those in the agro-processing industry.
The second function of the container is supposed to be a rotational production area that we're currently working on to establish that entrepreneurs, especially those in agro-processing, have this area that they can rotationally come in and produce and manufacture their goods. Because that's something that we've seen that is needed for our young entrepreneurs, that a lot of them are manufacturing at home and maybe not within the set standards. So we're looking at providing them with that area that's certified and set for manufacturing.
The DYBT coordinator says the tool library has been very useful to young entrepreneurs so far.
Entrepreneurs have the opportunity to lease tools. Well, it's basically agricultural tools, but they have the opportunity to lease agricultural tools to actually start their project. So we have those who are into agro-processing, those who are actually in production, use the chainsaw, the brush cutter to prepare their lands for planting, and also we have tools that allow our agro-processors to be able to do their molding for if they're making soaps, if they're making chocolate or whatever. So we have those things available to them.
Remy Timothy says the DYBT continues to meet its target in terms of the youth who realize continued success through the programs offered by the institution.
Our rate of success, annually we train almost 100 young persons, and we have a set mandate that at least 10% of these young persons get a loan within that same year. So we help them, we focus on them, help them their business plan, so at least 10% of them can get a loan within the same year of completing training.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Si ou ni maladi HIV et bien maladi sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps lors ou kane sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka expose tout partenaire au poison et que tant ki ka vini avec maladie. Serve yon condom chaque fois ou kane sexe. Change ki, il est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pour responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aidez du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Welcome back. Raising capital will be one of the primary issues facing cash-strapped LIAT in 2020. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has confirmed that the 4 shareholder governments have agreed to chip in to recapitalize LIAT, which is in dire need of cash. Antigua and Barbuda will take the lion's share and contribute US $15 million. Dominica has agreed to $5 million as part of its investment. In 2019, the airline needed a quick cash injection to keep it afloat. The shareholder governments are looking to raise approximately $15 million to $20 million to recapitalize the airline. The private sector to take a deeper look at the impact of migration on the economic development of Dominica later this week. This as the DAIC hosts its first public event for the year under the theme Migration and Economic Development, the Dominica Perspective. The Eggs and Issues Breakfast is organized by the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce to highlight current social events and how they impact the private sector and the wider community. Executive Director of the DAIC, Lizra Fabian, says the association is working in collaboration with the International Organization on Migration to bring to the fore the importance of migration patterns on the Dominican society.
DAIC and IOM believes that this discussion is of vital importance, not only for our economic development in Dominica, but also for the diversification of our private sector and civil society. There are significant opportunities to be explored and challenges to be understood in addressing the pros and the cons of a proactive migration policy. So, as such, as partners, we look forward to this discussion in addition to the contribution of all attendees to this event, which will assist us in highlighting migration pathways and solutions.
The panel discussion will seek to highlight the numerous objectives which need to be met and addressed as a country.
The objectives of this event are, firstly, to understand the makeup of the migrant population in Dominica. Secondly, to discuss the effect of ongoing outward migration on Dominica's development. Thirdly, to explore the contribution of inward migration to economic growth in Dominica. And fourthly, to understand the challenges faced by migrants in Dominica and explore solutions in order to sensitize our Dominican community for enhanced migration. And finally, to explore communication mechanisms with migrants in emergency preparedness, response, and recovery. This is otherwise known as migrants in country in crisis.
The DAIC Eggs and Issues Breakfast will be held on Wednesday, 15th January from 8:30 a.m. And the plan to modernize the Dominica Infirmary on the cards for 2020. Julian Morris explains.
The institution, which houses destitute elderly, has been in existence for over 40 years, and Director Annie St. Louis says some upgrades need to be made in order for the institution to keep running efficiently to meet its 21st century demands.
Our kitchen needs to be upgraded. Our kitchen is still in the 1970s, and it's not functional, especially for the number of people who are to be fed. And so that is one of the main projects I really want us to look at. There's this project that government is implementing through some youth centers, community centers, health centers, where they're installing solar panels. And infirmary is one of the recipients. So I'm looking forward that pretty soon that the infirmary will be solar powered, and we can cut down on some utility bills.
Outside of these two areas, there are other sections of the infirmary which need attention and upgrade.
I'm looking forward to continuing upgrading the wards. We've done 50% of the wards where they are now outfitted with electrical beds, as opposed to the beds that were used all those years ago in 1980 and so on. So half of the plant, we now have beds where a resident can press a button and go up and down. And this is being done in collaboration again with the Dominica Guadeloupe Association.
The building is decades old. Hurricane Maria of 2017 exposed some weaknesses which management hopes to address during the year.
One of the things, though, that Maria exposed is the need to upgrade our electrical system. Soon after Maria, we experienced some difficulties. We had fluctuation of power throughout the building. We had to bring in an electrician who came, and he did a complete assessment of the plant. And definitely we need to upgrade. We need to get into this century. We need to get some more modern fixtures and so on. But that will cost us in the region of about $70,000. And so that will require some fundraising on our part to get that done.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. New Bar Association President Heather Felix Evans calls for reflection on the organization's critical role as the new law year begins. A fully rotational production facility for young entrepreneurs to come on stream later this year. And raising capital for cash-strapped LIAT remains a key issue for shareholder governments this year. Feel free to contact us at news@morphin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.